What's going on, guys? Dan back here with the Regular Guy Garage. I realize it's been some time since I made a video. That doesn't mean I haven't been working. I've done a few things to the Mustang since getting it, aside from the Solo Performance exhaust. Did a set of lowering springs and a set of SVE 19-inch wheels. So we'll go ahead and check those out. I really like the way that the stance looks right now. It didn't lower the car too much. It lowered it just enough to get rid of that wheel gap. Also the tires too, they are incredibly wide on the rear. They're 325s in the rear. They're Cooper RS3 tires. I got them at a pretty cheap rate. They're not bad so far. I mean, you know, for the price, I'm definitely really happy with them. So the tires in the front are 19 by 10. In the rear, they're 19 by 11. The tire size in the front are 285, and then the rears are 325s. They're really wide in the back. But I mean, I kind of like it. It looks pretty good. Anyway, aside from that, another couple mods I did. Alright guys, so what we have is the PMOS cold air intake, along with, and you probably can't see, along with the intake, we did a set of stainless power 1 7/8" long tube headers. Alright guys, aside from the headers and the cold air intake, I did go ahead and pair that with a tune from Palm Beach Dyno. To be honest, I mean, the car feels like it runs pretty good. It definitely feels quicker. I don't really notice a huge difference, and I think that's because I've been kind of spoiled with having supercharged cars in the recent past. So, I mean, yeah, it feels quicker, but I can't really give you that, oh my god, you know, it's so much faster, until I actually put on a dyno and see what this thing makes, or take it to the drag strip, which I haven't done yet either. But anyway, let's go ahead, we'll start this thing up. I will say it is obnoxiously loud. If you really want something that's just loud all the time, this is the setup to get. Long tube headers, off-road pipes, into that Solo Performance street race exhaust. The one thing I will say though, as loud as it is, when you're on the highway, there is still no drone. Which, I mean, it still kind of boggles my mind how they're able to do that. But when you put your foot in it, this thing is loud. It is by far the loudest car I've ever had. So I went ahead and rolled the car out of the garage. It's gonna be way too loud in the garage, and I don't know how the camera's gonna react to it. Might have a little bit of wind noise until I actually get it started, but it'll definitely sound much better out here. So like I told you guys, this thing is loud. It is obnoxious. I'm probably gonna put a set of high flow cats on it, to be honest, because it is just way too loud. But anyway guys, I'm gonna let it warm up for a little bit, and then we can, I'll get the GoPro, stick the GoPro on the back, and then take it for a ride. You can hear what it sounds like outside the car. The GoPro audio is a little distorted, but I mean, whatever, it's the GoPro 5, it's nothing special. But then I'll set this one up inside the car. You guys can actually hear what it sounds like inside, and how it's obnoxious, but at the same time, once you kind of dip it into cruising, you know, speed and stuff, that Solo Performance just keeps the drone completely out of it. So, see you guys in a little bit. All right, before I take off, I'll let you guys see how the wheels and tires look. Really happy with the setup. These are the SVE, I think they call it like SVE 350. It's just the GT 350 replica, not the R or anything. Oh, I also did these lights right here. These are diode dynamics. I had those on my Camaro. I had 4 of them, just the side marker lights. Pretty cheap. I think I got them for like 65 bucks from LMR. Really, really incredibly easy to install. And they look really good when they actually turn on. It kind of almost looks like a red lightsaber, which I really like. is these tires. Upside down, but 325. This is pretty big. Much better look than these stock wheels had. These stock wheels, they're like 255s. Man, I hated the way they look. They're just so skinny. It kind of just makes the car, it just makes the car not look like, you know, a pony car or a, you know, sports car at all. So first thing I had to do was, you know, say with someone to get those wheels, of course, make it a little louder. And from here, who knows where we'll go. All right, well, take it for a quick little ride. Like I said, inside the car is not really that loud at all when you're just kind of driving it normal. It's almost no louder than it without the long tube headers, but when you actually put your foot in it a little bit, it gets pretty rowdy. I let the car warm up for a little bit. I wanted to get the coolant temperature up to temp, and then plus the oil temperature too. Go ahead and do a pull right here. Traction control on. Go ahead and take it off and see how she does. Shifting that a little bit. I mean, that was probably only 7,200, and when I was doing the data logs for Palm Beach Dyno, they told me go up to 7,800, and I kind of shifted kind of smooth because I have been watching the knock sensors pretty closely on this thing, and I noticed when I really bang it into the next gear, it throws like 5 degrees. It takes 5 degrees of timing away. I don't know, from the tires chirping or whatever. So I mean, I kind of just been going a little slow, just to the shifting kind of slow, just to kind of keep the engine, keep the computer from pulling so much timing out of it. Right there I saw about 27 degrees, and it was actually adding timing throughout the run. So I will say the Palm Beach Dyno tune car runs very smooth. I mean, I used Lund Racing for my last one, and I know the owner Ken, I believe he previously worked at Lund Racing, so no complaints at all there. We'll go ahead and take this GoPro off, and then we'll go on for a short drive, and then you can see what kind of just cruising around it is like. All right, so I got the GoPro off. Luckily it didn't fly off. Last time I did a pull in this car, I got the car all the way back to the driveway, and I went to go take the GoPro off, and as I was walking to the back of the car, the GoPro just fell off. So luckily, I was able to hold on to it. Anyway, like I said, this is like the 5th time I've done long tube headers on a Mustang. It gets easier every time, honestly. I know a lot of guys don't have the ability to do it, so they, you know, search for shops and stuff, and some quote 6 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours, whatever. I can tell you, it probably takes every bit of 8 hours. I did it in maybe 6, but like I said, it's my 5th time doing it. And there's a few bolts that are really tough to get there, which I've just kind of figured out how to get to them, for me at least, the way that my kind of arms and stuff are set up. Found out a way to get to them pretty simple, so the camera's all dark because of the sun. But anyway, yeah, so here, like, cruising right now, I'm on a back road doing about 45. You can't even hear it. Long tubes, no cats, solo performance exhaust. They are not kidding when they say that their system takes all of the drone out of it. The first system I had on my 2015 Mustang was the Gibson Performance exhaust, and that exhaust droned so bad. Right now, I mean, I would have a headache from just the way I'm driving right now, whereas with this solo performance kit, even with the headers and everything, zero drone at all. Highly recommend this. I honestly, like, I know they make kits for other cars, but as long as I have a Mustang, I don't think I'll ever use another exhaust again aside from solo performance. Really like the sound too. All you gotta do is just barely blip into the throttle just to really get that crisp sound out of it. I will say it is a little bit too loud. You know, younger me would have been all day rolling with this no cats thing. I'm gonna use it for a little while, but I mean, I'm definitely gonna be putting a set of high flow cats on this thing, and I think that'll give it the perfect sound that I'm really looking for. It's just, honestly, if you want a setup that is just rowdy, this is what you go with. Long tubes, no cats, and this solo performance street race. I know Corsa is probably pretty loud too, but this is just rowdy. It is obnoxious. That was the first thing I thought of when I threw this thing on. I was like, oh my god, this is so obnoxious. Just got so much power too, like for a stock, you know, mostly stock 5.0. I mean, that wasn't even 6,000 RPM. I still had another 1,800 to go if I really wanted to wind it out, and you could just feel it pull really nice. I just wanted to take a little drive, let you guys kind of hear the exhaust, what it sounds like inside the car. Let me open the windows a little, maybe it'll sound, there we go. There's a little bit of echo off the trees and stuff, and man, there was a couple guys working over there, immediately stopped and just looked like, what in the hell is that? If you live in a spot with some close neighbors, this might not be the one to get. Does sound good though. I was a little worried because when I was doing, let me roll the windows up to get rid of that. I was a little worried because when I was doing the data logging initially with Palm Beach Dyno, the rev match, it would almost feel like it would make the car surge, which is not a huge deal. I was just going to shut it off. I like it because of the convenience now that I'm, you know, getting a little older. But once they kind of finished off, they sent me back the last revision. And I mean, the car drives just like it was stock again. Everything works the way it should. And this end gauge too is really nice. I've got like 4 different tuners for like every car that I own. I got HP tuners, this end gauge, SCT device, actually 3. Don't worry, just go this way, see what's over here. Yeah, you're definitely waking the neighbors with this system, that's for sure. Picks up that sun. It's like an auto-focusing camera, so it just automatically sets my face dark and stuff. Again, best part about this system, so now I'm in 4th. You don't even hear it. the best of both worlds with it. Definitely get the best of both worlds with it. So I've been kicking around the idea of doing performance parts installs at the house here for guys in the local area. I mean, you know, or for people looking to save a little money on labor. I mean, obviously, I wouldn't tackle a job that I know I'm not confident I can do, but if you guys watch the channel, you can see that I can pretty much do just about anything. I mean, I'm confident doing anything, almost anything and everything here at the garage. But if you are in the local area and you're looking to, one, save a little money, you know, kind of hang out, you know, watch your car get worked on or whatever, make a little content about it, definitely hit me up. You know, hit me up on Instagram at Regular Guy Garage if it's something you'd be interested in. And yeah, I've been kind of kicking around the idea of doing it. One, because I really love working on cars, and two, you know, just to kind of you know, I think it would be good for the channel to get some different cars out here, you know, regardless of what car. I mean, I've had Chevys, Fords, Dodge, you know, you name it, whatever car, I don't mind working on it. Import, you know, domestic, doesn't matter. But let me know what you guys think about that idea, and then also definitely hit me up if, you know, you want to take part in it. And we'll see if we can hook something up.